Hi guys, good morning. You're welcome to my channel today. My name is Aloma, and if this is your first time on this space, you're welcome. Today I want to talk about basic body pattern for a little girl. Actually, in this video, I used the measurement of a 1 year old, but you can make adjustments to it. You can actually use this pattern to say a clothes for a 6 months old. You can also use this pattern to make a dress for a toddler, at least 5 years at the maximum. But you have to take the measurement of your client and you make adjustments to your measurements with this pattern, or you can use the technique of making this pattern to make a dress for whoever your client is, but at least it should be a toddler between the ages of 1 to 5. So without wasting time, let's get right into the video. So this is the pattern paper I'm working with. Guys, you can use any type of pattern paper that you want. So this is the center front. I've gone ahead to mark it out there. That's the center front line there. So the measurement for my baby from her shoulder to her chest line is 4 inches. I'll mark it out. I'll mark the points vertically first. Then her shoulder to her waist is 7.5 inches. She's just a 1 year old girl, little girl. So after marking out that, I will now go ahead and mark out her measurements horizontally too. That's what her measurement is. As that measurement is on the pattern paper, her chest line is 18 inches divided by 4. It gives me 4.5 inches. Then her waist is 18.5 inches divided by 4, which is 4.7975 inches. You don't have to be too rigid with the measurements of little girls because they are growing every day. So right here, I'll go ahead and join my points together on the pattern paper, like so. I'll go ahead and join it on the chest line too, like so. So after that, I think we'll go ahead to determine the shoulder and the shoulder slope. Now using my shoulder measurement is 9 inches. So because this is on fold, it will be divided by 2, which is 4.5 inches. I've marked the point there. Then the shoulder slope for little kids is only 0.5. For adults is 1 inches to 1.5. But for little children it's 0.5 inches, which I've marked there under the shoulder measurement. So I will now go ahead to draw out the shoulder line. The standard for children for the shoulder slope is 0.5 inches, which is what I used here. You see the shoulder slope, I've marked it out. I think after that, we now go ahead to determine our neck depth. The standard for children is usually 2 by 2 or 2 by 3, depending on what works for you. You don't have to be too rigid with your patterns. You still make adjustments by the time you want to transfer it to your clothes. So I used for the front here, I used 2 by 3 inches. I've marked it out there. So I'll now go ahead and use my curve to mark out the neck depth, like so. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos. You encourage your girl by doing that. So I've gone ahead to mark out the neck depth. I think after the neck depth, we'll go ahead and determine the armhole. So from your shoulder slope to your chest line, you find the midpoint of your shoulder slope to your neckline. I think here I have 2.35 inches, which I've marked out there. From there you go in by 0.5 inches, because you are trying to determine, trying to give fitness to the around the chest area. You don't want it to be gaping. So we go in by 0.5 inch. For adults, usually go in by 1 inch, depending on what works for you. So from this 0.5 inches, I will join from the shoulder slope to the 0.5 inches that I went in by, then down to the armhole. I wanted to use the ruler before, but I think the curve will be better. So I will now go ahead and draw out my armhole using from the line that I've gone in from, like I'm doing so. You see that our pattern is actually taking shape. So after this, I think I'll go ahead and join my measurements from the chest to the waist area. You can actually take your measurement down to the hip depending on what you are making, but because I only want to make the upper bodice, that's why I stop my measurement at the waist. But if you are making a dress that is longer than the waist, the journey is longer than the waist, you can go ahead down to the and make and take your pattern down to the hips. I think after this we are going to impute our darts. I think that's the next thing we are going to do, to impute our dart measurement. You come in from your center front by 2 inches or plus or minus 0.5 inches, whatever works for you. But here I went in by 2 inches. Then I marked on that 2 inches point, I drew a line from the chest to the waist. Now I will now impute my darts. I always use 0.5 inches for little kids. I mark out my 0.5 inches. Then I will now go ahead and extend my line from the chest to the waist on this 0.5 inch mark. I think that is all for the front pattern. So we'll now go ahead.
Vivo smartphone.
So this is the pattern for the front and the back. I've gone ahead to cut it. You see how beautiful they are looking. So this pattern, you can actually use it and make adjustments to it depending on what you are sewing. So thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Encourage me by doing that. See you in my next video. Bye.